All right, let's set the scene. It's July 16th, 2018. It is the launch of Amazon Prime Day. And this is supposed to be the biggest shopping event in history. I mean, the digital doors are about to swing open to millions of people just waiting to click buy.
And almost right away, it broke. The site just went down. But here's the weird part. This wasn't your typical crash. Millions of shoppers, instead of seeing amazing deals, were greeted by all these cute photos of dogs. It became known as the infamous Dogs of Amazon. And to pretty much everyone, it looked like a total epic failure.
But what if I told you that wasn't a failure at all? I mean, what if what the world saw as this massive disaster was actually a super sophisticated defense mechanism kicking in? You see, those dogs, they were a sign, a signal that the system was desperately trying to save itself from a complete unrecoverable meltdown.
Now, to really wrap your head around what happened, you don't need to be a software engineer. Nope. All you need is a really simple mental model. So, let's just forget about servers and code for a minute. And instead, let's think about a nightclub bouncer on a crazy busy Saturday night.
Okay, so the club is absolutely packed. It's at max capacity. The fire marshal would have a fit. So our bouncer has two choices. Choice number one, he can just ignore the limit, try to squeeze more people in. What happens? Well, the place gets dangerously crowded, the fire alarm goes off, and the whole party gets shut down for everybody. That's basically a system crash. Or choice number two, he can stand at the door, put up a hand, and just say, hey, sorry, not right now, just give us a few minutes. Now, the people waiting in line, they're going to be annoyed, for sure. But here's the key, the party inside keeps going.
And that right there, that is the perfect illustration. The bouncer stopping the line, that is an HTTP 503 error. It doesn't mean I'm broken, it means I am completely slammed right now, and I'm smart enough to know that I need to stop taking on new requests to protect everything that's already happening. It's not a mistake, it's an intelligent, on-purpose rejection of work.
So how does this whole bouncer thing apply to Amazon? Well, let's take that mental model and look at what was actually going down on Prime Day 2018. We're about to see this exact principle play out just on a scale that's almost impossible to imagine.
So at noon Pacific time, the sale goes live, and the traffic, it didn't just climb, it shot straight up, like a rocket. Within just 5 minutes, key systems were totally overwhelmed. I mean, way faster than any auto-scaling system could ever hope to keep up with. And that is the exact moment the Dogs of Amazon showed up. The system was throwing a 503. The bouncer had just put his hand up.
Now, the really fascinating part is pinpointing the bottleneck. The problem was an internal system called Sable. You've probably never heard of it, but think of Sable as the engine room of Amazon's backend. It handles all the critical stuff, shopping carts, product catalogs, pricing, you name it. And on that day, it just could not scale up fast enough to handle that insane, sudden flood of traffic.
And this is where you can see the absolute genius of the system's design. It made a brilliant trade-off. Think about it for a second. To show you your normal, personalized Amazon homepage, that takes hundreds of complicated database calls. It's a heavy lift. But serving up a simple, static image of a dog, that takes basically zero server power. So by showing that simple dog page, the system freed up all its resources, which let the overwhelmed Sable system finally catch its breath. It prevented a total system collapse and, crucially, a ton of corrupted data.
You know, this whole thing, it's so much bigger than just one website having a bad day. This incident really pulls back the curtain on a core philosophy in modern tech, this idea of resilience, or as I like to think of it, the art of failing well.
Let's be really clear about what was at stake here. Seeing a cute dog on an error page, that's a frustration, right? It's temporary, you hit refresh, you try again in a minute. A disaster, on the other hand, is when the whole system crashes so badly that it starts losing customer data or corrupting orders. That is permanent, unrecoverable damage. So that 503 error, it's like a shield. It deliberately chooses a temporary frustration in order to prevent a permanent disaster.
And what's so cool is how this technical principle applies to our own lives. I mean, think about your own to-do list. When you are just completely overwhelmed, do you try to do everything at once, burn out, and just crash? Or do you pause, stop taking on new things for a bit, and protect the quality of the work you're already doing? In a way, that's just throwing a 503 for yourself.
So the next time you see one of those Service Unavailable pages, remember this story. The goal of a truly great system isn't to be perfect, to never ever fail. That's just impossible. The real goal is to build something that fails gracefully, that knows how to protect itself and that knows how to recover. And when you look at it that way, the dogs of Amazon weren't a sign of failure at all. They were a sign of truly intelligent design. It makes you think. In a world that always demands perfection, maybe the real measure of success isn't about never falling down, but about how gracefully we manage to get back up.